Hello, shalom, hola, and welcome to the spiritual life with myself, Mr. Reverend Travis Tidwell, and my co-host here, Ashley.
Hi, everyone.
And want to also welcome my executive producer, Athena, who's my wonderful daughter. And as always, we're giving major thanks to the Lord God Yahweh and the Holy and Divine Spirit, Sacred Dragon, who powers this podcast for us really in a lot of different ways. As we're on our spiritual path, and this is the spiritual life.
It is the spiritual life. So what's new with you, Trav? What's going on your agenda?
Well, if you look behind me, we have a new banner.
I know, it's pretty awesome. I know they did a great job.
Yeah, thank you for Sacred Dragon. And if you guys don't know what Sacred Dragon's all about, go to my website, travistidwell.us, or travistidwellpsychic.com too, I believe. But either one, and it'll give you a background
like
on
an
my
overview on the membership.
Yeah, and what's going on that side of my life. But because I'm a mystic for a living, and I use the word mystic now. I'm beyond shaman because I do so many different things. A lot of things. But as always, I am. Trying to stay up on just life. It seems like we just painted the living room.
I know, this beautiful mint green.
Yes. It makes us think of mint ice cream. But
it does.
But yeah, it's all about changing the energy in my atmosphere right now. We were very lucky that we just got to upgrade our mics, and so we're focusing on business and getting our name out there. And I want to thank everybody who subscribed last month.
I know, we got a few new subscribers. Yay, well,
it's been very, very exciting.
Yes.
To see that information. Let's see here. So it was a little down on the minutes from the month before, but we got 5 new subscribers.
What?
That's right, this last month. And we've had 139 views.
It's not bad.
1,181 minutes. So that's not too bad for last month.
No.
The month before was a little bit higher, but it fluctuates. We're still kind of like.
And also too, if you guys haven't already checked it out, Travis has celebrity predictions. So. Yes, that's a whole separate thing outside of the spiritual life with Travis Tidwell.
You bet. That's something that is new, as she says, and we're like, it's been exciting. That's been getting a lot of hits.
Yeah, it is cool. And it's crazy because you want to see how things are from like the back end, from the spiritual end of the situation.
Yeah. It is a different take. It's called the Celebrity Predictions. It's on my YouTube channel, and we always, we're doing Ashley's top 5.
Yes.
And
we like to, if you guys have any suggestions, please write down below in the comment box.
Yeah, okay. Comment box or whatever. But also to anybody who wants to track my predictions is more than welcome to see what is manifesting and coming true.
And then there's the 007 series that you're working on.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to modify that to the 007 prediction series so that people know what 007 is. What do you think, executive producer? Can we do that? Okay, so but anyway, you can go to Travis Tidwell podcast on YouTube.
And then there's the album. And
on my YouTube channel, I do have some of the songs off my album, Time Has Come. Yeah, I mean, it's like I have so many different things going on, and I do so many different things. I mean,
he's always busy.
Yeah, I'm totally always busy.
But speaking of busy, like, what are we even talking about this evening?
Well, before we go any further.
Okay.
I want to thank you for asking about me, but how you doing? What's going on with you?
I'm good. I know I recently posted on my Instagram, if you guys haven't checked that out, it's at the Pisces Life Coach, that I just got my Reiki 1 and 2 attunement from Travis, so thank you so much for signing off. Yeah, I was really excited about that.
That was a beautiful picture you posted, too, with the Ankh and everything on it.
Yes.
Very aesthetically pleasing.
Aesthetically pleasing, exactly.
Spiritually, aesthetically pleasing, which is a big plus, okay? Well, congratulations. You're more than welcome. I mean, she'll be a Reiki master by the end of the year. And
yes.
It's something to look forward to.
It's a lot of work. I know a lot of people don't think, like, what goes in behind the scenes, but it's like a lot of reading, a lot of prayer, a lot of meditation, a lot of introspection. It's actually, it can get tiring sometimes. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, by the time the people get to this episode, because we're still posting episodes, we're ahead of the game on the episodes right now. But starting in August, probably the last Sunday in August, or one of the Sundays in August, we'll do free healings here. That was the other reason why I'm kind of rejuvenating my place. And I got a new massage table and whatnot. We got the crystal healing bowls, and so we're going to have everybody come down, and we'll talk about Reiki. And if there's people who want to get free chakra balancings and things like that once a month, they can get that from us free.
Yeah, and you should check it out at the website. I'm sure you might post something, right?
Hopefully. My
Okay.
website is behind. I have to be honest. I am so busy that I just got to learn how to hologram myself because I still got to do my. I've already lost my predictions for this quarter. So now I have to focus on the fall, which isn't that far away, honestly.
No, not at all. Time's just flying by.
It's flying, and don't forget, everybody out there listening, that since that big tsunami in Japan, we're losing 3 to 4 seconds per minute per day in time.
This happened like about a year ago, right?
No, it's happened about 3 years ago, 4 years ago, maybe, when the nuclear plant and all that happened. So,
yes.
So our planet is rotating at a different frequency. And this isn't just my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. This is a scientific fact, okay?
The world clock stopped for a little bit.
Well, what happened was, on that particular month and day, when tsunami happened in Japan, scientists say that, Friday ended early that day.
Even Friday clocked out?
Even Friday clocked out. That's right, girl, because at some point, it moves the Earth's axis 8 centimeters, they said.
Oh, wow. I can see that.
Now imagine this. From the first time, and then we'll get on topic. For the first time this planet was created, at some point, then earthquakes come and this stuff happens since it's been created. So we're not even close to rotating or vibrating at the original frequency.
Yeah. We're vibrating pretty low right now, right?
It's kind of trippy because we get too bad of a jolt, time will stop because the world is spinning. It's kind of an illusion to think that the sun sets or rises. It doesn't. We do. The earth will set and the earth will rise tonight because the sun doesn't move. Okay.
That's good information, especially with tomorrow being the full moon.
Yeah, I mean, this is just, the truth. So, you have to start looking at things in a different perspective.
Yes, agreed. I think we talked about this before. I started planning things under new moon energy because that's what works better for me. So I feel a lot more productive for that 2 weeks than when the full moon comes and I'm such a slug. So I'll just
everything happens in divine right order. But yeah, I mean the waxing of the moon is great to put energy out there and work for your money and whatever you got to do. But no, so frequency means a lot. So the planet's rotating at a different frequency. That's why now we have more paranormal experiences than ever because all these different the frequencies has now overlapped in realms and worlds.
Yes, agreed.
Like there's dimensions between the third and the fourth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and dimensions between dimensions.
Yeah, that's right. And they're overlapping now, and that's why we have so much paranormal activity and things are shifting. So, we're living in very interesting times. We're in the Aquarian age. This is definitely the time where we will have communication that everybody will find out about, and there'll be some kind of experience in our lifetime.
And with aliens.
Well, with our we could say aliens, but some of these could just very well be our ancestors.
Yeah, agreed. I agree.
So we'll have to see. But, we want to thank all of you for tuning in always. I really appreciate anybody who's listening to this and watching this on YouTube. On YouTube, baby. You've been hitting me on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Thank you. We want to just thank you. For you guys on Spotify or iTunes, I really have a beautiful assistant here.
Oh my God, stop. So what's the topic, Travis?
Yeah,
what's
we can tune into YouTube, you can check her out. Topic tonight is chanting. We're talking about chanting tonight. And the power of chanting.
Yeah.
And the vibration of sound. Go back to Genesis where it says that through words God created flesh, and that was a sound or a frequency of a sound that manifested that dirt to do what it does. They say that when you own properly, like the Tibetan monks, they say if there's dust in the room, it would make the form of an Om symbol.
Yeah, I've seen that with certain vibrations. Sand will start making certain patterns.
Right, the molecules
basically.
start to change. You bet, and because of the frequency.
And that happens with inside on a molecular level too in our
You
DNA
bet.
as well.
You bet, because the body and the mind and the spirit is a very amazing thing, and how we're connected to this planet, and how the frequency we put off is kind of like the frequency we're drawing.
It's funny you say about like chanting. So lately I've been doing this Deepak, it's like 15 minutes a day, like a Deepak Chopra abundance meditation. But there's some Sanskrit that he has you repeat, and it really does focus your mind. And I remember talking to you a while back that I went to one of those chanting sessions. It was like 2.5 hours.
Right.
But it's hypnotic. It's hypnotic.
Well, of course it is. If you're going to sit there that long and chant, it will be hypnotic because you're getting out of your body.
You really do.
I've had them in the group. We do an I am mantra. I am that
love
I
that
am.
one.
I am that I am. We do it
I
over
did
and
that
over.
today. I did that
We've
today.
done that before for such a long. We just all got out of our bodies with it. So yeah, whatever mantra you want to focus on, and again, that could be considered a chant. It could be centered. You really can't. I mean, you could consider "I am that I am" an affirmation. Also, I mean, it combines so many different things, because people don't realize that the word "I am" means is one of God's sacred names, and when you say "I am that I am," it's going to connect you to God and that wellhead of God.
Yeah, and the God inside of you, like it's
betcha.
a direct touch source.
You bet, because I am a God, you're a goddess, and that's just obvious, Also, we know that through sound, not only do physical energy move, but so does emotional, mental.
Yes.
Like you said, you come out of a chant, you're feeling 100% better. It's like, wow, I feel so and uplifted, and my burdens have been removed because the energy was changed off my aura.
So I think I might have mentioned a while back that because I had been taking antidepressants, I'll just be completely transparent, for almost 10 years of my life. So I finally decided to stop taking that. And I feel like, dealing with life on life's terms, but just taking that 10 to 15 minutes every morning to center yourself has changed the level of anxiety like tenfold. It's been so amazing.
Yeah, you bet it is, because you start to find out that you can't control certain things within you.
Yeah.
And then you give up trying to control things around you.
Yes.
And that's when you do have the energy to control things within you. When you're focused on everybody else's problems or situation, or you're trying to control things that you can't control, your stress level high, the toxic energy builds. I mean, there's a combination of negative elements that's going to block you from manifesting your happiness.
So I'm glad you brought that up, because this seems to be a common theme that's been amongst my friends in conversation right now about like trying to get back to Yahweh, try to get recentered again. And like, what do you do when you're starting to feel like you're kind of falling off your pedestal in regards of what chants can you use to elevate yourself back up?
Well, sometimes even I feel like I'm getting beat up, because I'm human. I guess sometimes I feel like the universe is letting me get beat up a little bit. My life's work. Life's a struggle. But the thing is that without a strong God connection, you have nothing. I mean, honestly, that's what picks you back up.
But what's like a good yeah, but like, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to get yourself back up and moving. Like, so outside of the I am that I am.
Outside of that?
Outside of that.
Well, you want to be a real man and manifest your will. Look, this is who I am. I have a goal. This is what I want to achieve, and I have to make it happen. Now, for a lot of you people out there who have great careers, I honor you. Whether it's a trade or a career, but you're supporting yourselves and you're happy with what you do, that's great. What happens is most people look at their jobs and they think, well, this isn't me. This is what I want to do. And they go through a midlife career crisis. They want to go on their path and journey, and you can still have a job and be on your journey.
Yeah.
Because you're still going to include time for spirit in your life. That's the whole thing about the spiritual life, is blending, moderation.
Cosmic blending.
Yes. And so that's part of it. And the other thing I realize is that being metaphysical and knowing the power of Mother and Father, I'm able to help change my situation through the power of chant, prayer, visualization, incense.
So what chanting
sound.
What chanting do you or would you guide your students to look into so they can elevate themselves?
Well,
Any
honestly,
books or anything?
there are some. I would probably look for any book that deals with mantras. A good mantra book.
A
You
mantra
might
book.
want to look at. Here's the deal. Years ago, I took a class. I remember that. See, Om is designed to bring you oneness with spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but we also know that if I'm oming, and I have a vision that goes out to that Om, it'll help manifest it.
Can you give us like a quick, I hate to ask, like a quick example of how it should be properly done? Because I feel people are probably like,
Well, I don't know.
okay.
There's, I could be corrected, but normally, I mean, because we have the word Om, which is, OHM, you know what I'm saying? Or we have the word Om,
Which is OM, right?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
or we have the word Om, AM,
AM.
AUM,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But normally, the way I was taught to Om would be take a deep breath in, because that's the other thing. You want to be able to breathe into your nose, out to your mouth, relaxed. You breathe in
Mm-hmm.
and you focus on, right now we'll focus on just oneness with Yahweh and spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the beginning, the basic step of oming. And as I say that, I feel elevated with spirit. But yeah, that's a very powerful chant. Now, you can put a vision. Now, let's say that I do need money. Okay.
Yes.
Of course, I'm not going to be asking for a girlfriend or trying to get laid. And don't get me wrong, that's bad. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but
Is someone oming for that?
yeah, I don't know. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
But
shit.
oming for abundance or for help. You know what I'm saying? Let's say with something, and as you're oming, and that vibration's coming out of your body out into the universe.
Mm-hmm.
It's at that point that you put an intention in with it. Now, normally when I'm oming, I'm one with spirit. That's me just being one with spirit, one with God,
And we're
right?
doing like deep cycles of breath,
Deep
right?
cycles, yeah, and it just goes on and on. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
um,
What advice would you have for somebody that's sitting in their room and they're sounding like, oh man, I sound so stupid right now, like to get out of their own head? Because I know that's something that crosses my mind personally.
well, yeah, I guess. I mean,
Yeah,
depending
you're
on where
like,
you're
I
at.
sound
If you're
so
looking
dumb
for
right now.
spiritual enlightenment,
Yes.
you'll follow, you'll heed my words, and then
Mm-hmm.
you can go on YouTube and look for somebody who's oming. You know what I'm saying? They have
Mm-hmm.
plenty of monks out there that are oming,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and you can om with them. I've been to the Buddha plane from oming. I mean, oming is a very powerful thing. We do it in groups sometimes when we're cleansing our energy and moving it. It's just a great spiritual connecting chant.
So would you say chanting, well, I guess what other utilization would we use for chanting outside of connecting to God? Maybe like with your angelic beings or.
Well, let's say this. If I was chanting the word Jehovah
Mm-hmm.
and focusing on my third eye, that would enhance my psyche and my third eye
Mm-hmm.
and my creativity and imagination. If I was to chant the word Adonai Haaretz over and over, that would ground me with Mother Earth and spirit.
And I know this, you may not know this off the top of your head because I think you've told me before, but what does that translate to in English? Because I know it's
Well, Adonai
uh,
is Lord of the Earth.
Lord of the Earth. Okay.
Yeah, Adonai
Mm-hmm.
Haaretz is Lord God of the Earth. Yeah, and at some point, we have to have a God name that's going to help connect us in our chant. I'm not going to sit there and go, God,
Yeah, and that's one thing I
That's
did.
not going to work.
That's
That's
one
not going
thing
to
I
work.
did learn from you too. And I don't know if anyone's listened to some of the previous conversations on the show, but you were saying like God is just a title. That's not His name.
That's not His name, God damn it.
Yes.
So don't get it twisted. See, I say that because that's blasphemy. No, it's not. Because what God are you damning?
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, going back even to the first commandment, thou shalt not worship no gods before me. So there are other gods, and we know this, And that's what empowers us, is knowing that. And knowing that the gods that are out there are not as powerful as the God that created us. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
the one and only source.
The most high and supreme source, you bet. And, and that's why you also get a good Kabbalah book, like Simplified Kabbalah Magic from Ted Andrews, and you learn some God names, and you start learning to chant those names. You know, if we chanted Shiva all for about an hour, we would be so enlightened. Ganesh.
Yeah.
Or, you know, you could... Hare Krishna,
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
I was just trying to think
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So for everyone that just listened to that, you may not think it's much, but then when you're in a room and there's 15 people all in unison doing it, you feel this vibration and your mind is very focused. It was an outer body experience, at least for myself.
And go to Ram Dass, who's just one of the best spiritual musicians out there for chants and music with God's.
And what was his name again?
Ram Dass.
Ram Dass. Okay,
Yeah.
I have to check that out.
And that chant I was just sharing with you, and the tone I was doing it, also has Sting from the Police singing on it. And it's a beautiful chant, that particular one, because it's Amazing Grace with Lord Rama put on it. So he goes like, I once was lost, but now I'm found, so blind, but now I see. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
You know, you should throw that on the new album, actually.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
would be
yeah,
a really
yeah.
good one, actually. Write that down.
Right there. Yeah. I'm trying to make that a group chant right now. Yeah.
That would be really, really good.
Yeah, Ram Dass, man. So I'm sorry, I gotta wait for
And chanting's just been going on for our ancestors chanted, and they've carried on through even just through the DNA, through stories, through folklore, through the history of time, no matter what culture.
Yeah, you bet. I mean, all churches sing. You know, that's part of the process. By the way, if you hear any kind of exotic birds behind us, we're at the animal park here in San Diego.
That'd have been actually nice. It's a little warm.
Yeah, I still feel like it's shadow retrograde, man. And for those of you who don't know that is, Google it. Also, you know, during our episodes, we're always burning incense tonight. In this episode, we're burning frankincense, which is really, really good to keep the house clean. Negative energy, negative spirits.
Very light.
Very light. And it's one of God's. Well, it is God's favorite smell. It's Yahweh's favorite smell. Jehovah's favorite smell. Whatever name you use from. There's 72 ways to express God's sacred name. Find one. Find one. You know, Solomon says, if you love God, you'll seek Him. You'll know His name.
And if you want to learn more, I know in Simplified Kabbalah, he does list some names in there.
Yeah, Simplified Kabbalah Magic by Ted Andrews. Great book. Of course, you can go to my website, travistidwell.us, for Kabbalah reference, too, for information I have. I teach the mysticism of Kabbalah, and that's why I'm here sharing it with you, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Because, I just want to give everything away because I love spirit. I love people.
No, you said that if it's not free, then it's not for spirit.
Spirit doesn't need the money I do. So, you know, I'm serious.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to make it affordable.
But you do give away a lot of information that I know a lot of people would be charging for, but you really want people to seek and find God.
That's right. Thank you. And because I'm a messenger with this. And the other thing is that, you know, if it's not affordable, then who's benefiting? If I make it where you can't afford it, then how am I being of service? That's the question. We're here to be of service. I'm a pneumaticoi. And a pneumaticoi,
Here we go with this damn word.
A pneumaticoi is a mystic that works for spirit and promotes spirit, and that's what I do here on this planet.
Yes.
So, and if you're interested in that type of information and wanting to go to the fifth dimension, man, you know, you're going to have to leave a message on the YouTube or get a hold of me on my website.
Yeah, so travistidwell.us. And there's, I think,
travistidwell.us. You can go to travistidwellpodcast@gmail.com. A lot of ways to get a hold of me. My Instagram is One Sacred Dragon, but I really don't use that to promote as much as I do what we have here and what
That's
we have on YouTube.
usually behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, yeah,
podcasting,
my personal life and all the drama.
If you want to watch him work out.
At the gym.
gym.
Yeah, right. Well, right now I'm on a mission losing weight from this COVID thing, but
Yes.
and honestly, I do have a mantra when I'm in the gym,
Mm-hmm.
that I work with, and that's all I focus on when I'm on the elliptical. And when I'm lifting weights, I'm doing my breathing technique, and I'm visualizing I'm in pyramid of light and divine spirits working with me, and it's all incorporated in everything we do.
So I know you're one to definitely promote living in the present, and I know a lot of us are still running from ghosts from our pasts. I know, like, thinking about being in your past seems to loop in people's heads a lot. Is there any form of chanting that will bring you back into the present? That will let you just be like, okay, live in the now.
I honestly, I am that I am.
That's what I was thinking.
Honestly, and again, it's a very powerful mantra. And you're right about living in the now. You can't live in the past and be successful. It's not going to happen. You're not going to create anything in your future by living in the past. The past, most of it anyway, won't repeat itself. In your personal life.
I think I heard something the other day that was like. It's like taking a breath. If you hold on to it, you're going to suffocate, basically. And I was like, basically. That was a good way to put it.
Yeah, and also, you're going to rent that space out in your brain. Well, what are you putting in your brain? What are you storing there? What thoughts are you have there, healthy or not healthy? I don't want toxic thoughts around me all the time, so I'm always vibrating at a high frequency, and I always have a mantra if I get too carried away. But I'm busy anyway. But yeah, it's all about abundance, prosperity. We listen to music that aligns our chakras for prosperity.
Yes.
And so there's a lot of different things and a lot to help you elevate out there. And the mantra we shared with Ohming is actually one of them, if you put a vision with it. Now, let's say that you need a job, then you could Om, and with that Om visualize and put that intention that Om, that I needed, this is going to bring me abundance, you know what I'm saying, or something at some point. And I know that because I've actually used an Om to help change energy in a situation, and it worked. Because moving energy is so important for all of us. It really, really is. And if we can't make the person around us that's aggravating us move their energy, then we're going to move ours.
Yes. Because that's the only thing you can change.
Thank you. That's the only thing you can change. Yeah. So how much time do we have as producer here? Huh? Couple minutes. Okay. Well, on that note, do we have anything coming up for your girl group coming up here?
Everything's been kind of on hold right now, but when something pops up, I'll definitely let you guys know.
Yeah, and for Ashley, it's Pisces Life Coach on Instagram. Check her out. Like I said, I have so much going on. We have the album Time Has Come, which is on every station, I think, right now. In fact, we just got added to a new station. I was going to bring the information out, but I can't find it.
For next time, though.
Yeah. For next time.
And don't forget to check out the Celebrity Predictions. It's actually
Celebrity
some really
Predictions.
Fun information.
Yeah, go to the YouTube channel, TravisTidwell.podcast. Yes. Check me and Ashley out on that. You're not going to get that on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to get that Celebrity Predictions unless you go to it now. If you're on my YouTube and you're looking at this right now, then just click on over. Just scroll down. You'll see the series. We're there, and you can only get that on YouTube. Only on YouTube. It will never go on the podcast. My 007 series is predictions on politics and things of that nature, which I'm not bringing into my podcast because that's what the spiritual life is not about. Really, when it comes down to it, doesn't matter who's president or not. We still have a bigger future ahead of ourselves.
Yes.
And it's all about empowering ourselves, learning how to move and change our own energy. So,
absolutely, agreed.
On that note, we want to give thanks to the Lord God Yahweh and the Holy and Divine Spirit, Sacred Dragon, which is right here in this banner behind us. I want to give thanks to our executive producer, Athena, here.
Thanks, Athena.
And I want to give a big, big thanks to my co-host here, Ashley.
You are absolutely welcome.
Who brings so much great energy here to this podcast, to the table. And I want to thank all of you. Remember, go to Spotify, look at my album, Time Has Come, and subscribe. My God, subscribe.
Yeah, like and share, though, too. Tell your friends.
Please.
Yeah.
And, again, leave comments. And before I close this episode, if you don't know who your assigned angel is, honestly, email me, leave a comment, give me some information, and we'll do it live here on the episode, and I'll give you that for free, okay?
That'd be awesome.
Now, I can only hope and pray that all of you who receive this information through the podcast or through YouTube, that this information we share would be a blessing, a benefit, and a service for you. God bless you and your families, your friends, your pets, and your happiness. So be it.
So be it.
Peace. Love.
Time has come for a change.